settling in now. He's had a few risky sort of balls in the back early on in the season, but definitely much more solid. That 4 across the middle, Iniesta, Busquets a bit deeper, Rakitic and Rafinha, I love that. And the front three, with Messi obviously coming behind Suarez at time to try and feed in the ball, and Neymar, who has been in magnificent form. Yes, hasn't got the scoring numbers of the other two, but man, has he been on fire, creating problems. And for Valencia, it's the same old story. Who do you mark? You mark Neymar, Messi pops up. You mark Messi. Basically, you've got to mark all three and try and dominate the midfield, and it's a lot to hope for.
Oro. Salvador Gonzalez, and you see Luis Enrique staying in the tunnel to say his hellos before stepping out onto the pitch, showing how much respect he has for his opposing manager here today. Of course, those two former competitors back in their playing days. Here's a look at the starting lineup for Valencia. Diego Alves, absolutely spectacular, except against Barcelona. Well, maybe spectacular and unlucky. Here's the three in the midfield. Enzo Perez wearing the captain's armband. And up front, the Barca boy Munir. There is no clause in his loan contract preventing him from playing. He'll be out there today. We are underway. Barcelona in the Blaugrana, the blue and red, moving from the left to the right, the white and black with the bats on their chest of Valencia defending the goal to the right. And you see a 3-4-3, but in many ways it tends to morph. Piqué having a lot more responsibilities in that three-back. Busquets does not drop back to help. See Rakitic along with Iniesta flanking Busquets to a point. Rafinha and Neymar responsible for the flanks, and Messi, well, he just takes care of business.
When you're that good, if you're playing against them.
Orellana laying back, leaving that onside. By the way, reason for players to watch as well for Neymar. In this formation, he is responsible for a lot of the defensive work down that left side, but it hasn't slowed him down offensively. However, suffering from an adductor pull, a groin pull in practice this week. It was a question whether he'd even play today. Neymar with the in-swinger, slips around the top of the 6, flying back to try and defend Munir. Nice little chip. Rafinha with the bump, but no problem for Cancela, and the right back turned wing charging up the left side before it's poked away by Mascherano.
Having a look here again at that ball as it comes across. What a good ball into the box. Just needed someone to get ahead there. Neymar very, very close.
Jose Luis Gaya, left-footed, had to turn his body around to clear that.
I was going to say, of course, the problem with that is you're going to get that all day long if you're Valencia. Little dangerous balls in there, and players like Neymar, Messi, Suarez bombing in. It's going to be a tough afternoon for Valencia. Only one win in 10 away, Phil. So I don't think their fans or Voro here are holding out for too much at the Camp Nou.
Mangala very busy here. Suarez wants to get it back in play quickly. Mascherano. Way back, I think it was game 3 against Leganés. They tried this formation first. And even though it ended in a 5-1 win, it was not pretty. Iniesta inside, but getting more and more comfortable as the season progresses, and credit to Luis Enrique for having confidence in the system and the players. Cancela charging up the middle. He's onside, and he's got help in the middle, but Mascherano there again to deny. Orellana begging, but it goes unrewarded.
Cancelo, lift your head. Look who's in the middle. That was a straightforward pass. Have a look here. On his own, just square the ball. Now square it. Now square it. At some point, square it. Wow, what a chance. He loses out the opportunity, but as you say, well done, Mascherano.
And credit as well to Voro, obviously using Cancelo as one of the keys. The Benfica youth, now 22. Speed kills. Trying to flip it back. Munir into the area for Mangala. Cleared only as far as Orellana. And his adrenaline got the better of him. Juan Carlos Unsue, former goalkeeper for Barcelona. Had been an assistant earlier, brought back by Luis Enrique.
That's the brains of the team, Phil. All the goalkeepers, come on. But
Luis Enrique would say they're not even footballers.
Talk of him getting the job, perhaps. Yeah, if he knows the players are happy with him and comfortable, why not?
Goalkeeper as a manager, though?
A rarity, isn't it true?
Headed away by Piqué, settled in the midfield by Dani Parejo. Parejo bumped off the ball, the former Madrid youth player. Good look at Iniesta, the captain tonight. 7th minute approaches. Both teams with golden opportunities without actually getting the shot on goal. Orellana. Perez. Parejo. And again, using the hashtag #BeinLaLiga, Usman asks who would be the best suited to step in after Luis Enrique. Ball chipped across, headed back down into the midsection. It does appear to hit an arm, but bang bang play and body, or the hands close to the body. Well, who would you say would be the best suited? Obviously, Juan Carlos Unzué, very familiar with the Luis Enrique system.
Yep, he would be one option. Valverde, as a former Barca man and doing extremely well, would be another. Ronald Koeman, perhaps, as an ex-player, doing a very good job at Everton after doing a good job at Southampton. One person it won't be, according to the newspaper reports, Sampaoli. I think a lot of fans would have liked him, Phil, but evidently the rumor from Barcelona is he's not a Barcelona man, so it seems he's not in the shortlist.
Some other ex-Barcelona players also would be kind of interesting, although as we take a look at that, maybe a little more fortunate. Ball up for Suarez. Mangala with the block. Down goes Alves to deny, and out for the corner kick. Good eye barking at the referee.
Yeah, good chance. How did the ball get to him so easy? He just brought it down in the box. Don't know if they were trying to play offside. We didn't get to see it in real time, but very close there for Suarez. Good save from the keeper.
Two other names would be interesting to see as Iniesta crosses this one in. Volleyed by Mascherano. 350+ games. He's still looking for goal number 1.
Well, if he's going to shoot from that far out and that badly, he's going to wait a lot longer. It's a very difficult one to hit there with players running onto you.
Here again, we take a look.
Quick ball. They're saying perhaps he was offside. Keeper, good skills, not quite sure.
Maybe glancing off the arm to control. A great play by Mangala. Thought to be excess baggage at Manchester City. He's been an everyday starter for Valencia. Frank de Boer, in my mind. So again, another Barcelona player who comes through the Ajax system, but tarnished perhaps by his stay at Inter.
Yeah.
Michael Laudrup.
I think de Boer too tarnished after Inter. Valverde seems to be, it's either Valverde or Unzué, according to those in the know.
One thing with Valverde, though, is it's a different style. And even though he came up through Barcelona, or Barcelona in his past, it wasn't exactly the free-flowing Barcelona that Pep Guardiola reinitiated. But maybe, just maybe, it is Unzué. A lot of the players were asked this past week what they thought. Of course, they all came out as, what are you supposed to say? He's your assistant coach. No, we think he'd be awful.
Yeah, he's no good. He's clueless. I think there's one player you want to ask in particular, Phil.
And who might that be?
Yeah, Messi. Who do you want? Because ultimately that's going to be the decision. And maybe already has been. Maybe he's already signed, signing contracts. He's already sort of put his voice forward as to who he would like as the manager.
If you believe some of the reports, there are a few names there for players he would like Barcelona to try and get in the off-season. So why not try and get a manager that Messi likes? Something it's a little privilege, but at the same point, if he is the heart and soul of the team. Good eye, chipping it forward, and Munir made the move a little too early.
I'm still looking at Munir playing against Barcelona. What if he gives away a penalty in the last minute, Phil? and Barcelona win 1-0. I mean, surely it puts you as a player in a difficult position where Valencia fans say, well, come on, that's your parent club. No wonder you're giving away a penalty. Whatever you do, you come out you come out badly in this situation. I feel for Munir here, and I just hope it's a good day for him without upsetting his former club. Or his present club, to be fair.
Mangala blasting it forward. Back drops Rakitic in that midfield rotation. Mentioned he was at the point of the spear. Now he's at the butt of the spear, even behind Busquets. Back to Alves. Mr. Interim, Salvador Gonzalez, Voro better known as.
He's done all right, Phil. 5 wins out of 10.
His 5th stint as a step-in coach. They haven't called him the interim or the caretaker now because he's actually in his 2nd stint this season, and he will be the manager till the end of the year, but basically a delegate involved in the youth ranks and the front office. And again, knowing that old axiom that managers are hired to be fired, he doesn't want to leave, but Valencia can't afford to not have him down there. Think about this. In his stints right now as the interim boss of Valencia's A team, coming into this point, he just had 2 defeats and 10 wins and 6-3-6 with a miserable squad this year. Trying to step over Neymar, harassed all the way by Montoya, another ex-Barca player who's found his way back to La Liga. Iniesta on the overlap against his old teammate, who forces the ball out for the corner.
Yep, you've got to ask the question for Voro, what do you have to do to get the job? He's done really, really well. 5 wins in the last 10, I think, is a fantastic response he's got from his team. Give him the job, why not?
Well, this is a Valencia squad that is in turmoil. Little tricky back heel for Neymar, in for Messi, wanted it back, but Mascherano was a little slow on the trigger. Peter Lim stepping in a few years back, rescuing them, paying off a lot of the debt. They restarted construction of their brand new stadium, the new Mestalla, a few miles away from the current one with 20,000 more seats. But over the past couple of seasons, well, they've put the hammers down and the fans have picked them up. Not exactly happy with the way things have gone. Bottom of the table earlier this season.
Worrying times. Gary Neville last season, that was a disaster. So yeah, it has been difficult for Valencia fans, and nothing worse than seeing your club selling all the players because of financial difficulties.
When you think about it, Albiol, Angulo, Albelda, Mendieta, David Silva, all played by Messi. Far side Umtiti, player who's normally over on that left flank. Jordi Alba, another player that got a start at Barca but came through and polished up at Valencia. Mangala clears. Titi back to Piqué, and just look at this, the entire 10 field players within about 40 yards of Diego Alves.
Well, we've seen that before. I think we saw PSG doing exactly the same for the first 30 minutes in the European Champions League game.
Into the area, Suarez cuts back, leaves Garay into the middle. Messi loose. Rafinha sees it touch straight back to Alves, and Messi can only smile.
What a chance. If there was about 3 different players who could have scored and perhaps should have scored, starting with Luis Suarez. One of those moments where Valencia were just surviving on luck. A little bit of an injury here, so maybe we'll get to see it again, but that could so easily and should have gone in, to be fair. Messi probably thinking, how didn't it go in? Let's have a look at it again. Great through ball. Suarez does well here, doesn't he? Turns his player, lines up. I thought he was going to shoot. Messi does, off the line. Rafinha, oh, how does that not go in, Phil?
And as Suarez cut back, it was off Orellana, then Rafinha to Alves. You saw Garay's leg seem to get trapped, his right leg on the slide. So Valencia did dodge a bullet with the goal, but they might have lost a starting center back in the process. The former national teammate of Messi, and returned from his stint in Russia. And obviously an ex-Madridista. You knew that this match would be a red letter day. Already loosening up on the sidelines. I'm in Abdelnour.
Good Suarez again.